Good morning, everybody, and welcome to UUCC, the Unitarian Universalist Church of Canandaigua. We are a group of spiritual free thinkers who gather to celebrate life, build community, and better the world. Wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. I'm Kevin House, your worship associate for this morning, and our service is being led by Abby Hallauer Geiger. This service is also being live streamed to our YouTube channel. We will plan on continuing with hybrid worship services throughout the church year. So you can join us each week here in person, on Zoom, or later on YouTube as you prefer. If this is your first visit, welcome. We invite you to sign the visitor's book in the entryway. And whether it's your first visit or your 100th, we are glad that you came. I have a few announcements to share with you today. We won't be having any childcare today. We will be collecting the cards for joys and sorrows after our first hymn. Please fill them out or type into the chat box on Zoom if you have something you would like to share. Are there any other announcements for the good of the community? As we prepare to be fully together, I remind you to silence your phones and devices. We now enter a space of worship. I invite you to join with me in our chalice lighting words as the flame is lit. We gather this hour as people of faith with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together.
I'm going to try to make it through this without the toddler running up here, but if she joins us, she joins us. Come into this space with all of yourself, virtually or embodied together. Bring your joy and your wonder, your love and your praising. Bring also your hurting and hardened, broken hearts. Bring your tender doubts, your fears, and your sorrow. Come into this space, you, just as you are. In case you're still thinking I'm talking about someone else and your particular broken parts and soft spaces aren't really what I mean, let me be clear. You are welcome here. You, your whole being, is welcome here. Your whole beautiful and breakable, wondrous and messed up, holy and profane being. You, just as you are, all of who you are, even those sticky, squeaky, hurting, hard to find because they've been buried so deep for so many years, parts of you. You with wide open hearts, and even you with the stuck shut hearts, longing to creak and crack open just a bit, you are invited to this celebration. Enter in, and may we discover that a community full of other whole and holy beings have shown up too.
Since it's a little shorter form one time. I'm going to add a little bit of extra time at the end, one extra measure actually, since it's kind of an odd format, 15 measure instead of a 16 measure. Anyway, you'll feel it.
We are a community that holds one another in our celebrations and in our pain. We welcome you to share your joys and sorrows by writing them down on the card you found on your chair and placing it in the basket when it comes by you, or by typing it in the chat box in Zoom. Know that whatever your heart is holding today, whether shared or not, we are with you.
I'm going to read us a story today from Poppy's bookshelf that feels harvest season-y to me, and it's called Fry Bread. It's a Native American family story about food. Who doesn't love to eat bread? Food's where we start. Fry bread is food: flour, salt, water, cornmeal, baking powder, perhaps milk, maybe sugar, all mixed together in a big bowl. Fry bread is shaped. Hands mold the dough, flat like a pancake, round like a ball, or puffy like Nana's softest pillow. Fry bread is sound. The skillet clings on the stove. The fire blazes from below. Drop the dough in the skillet. The bubbles sizzle and pop. Fry bread is color: golden, brown, tan, or yellow, deep like coffee, sienna, or earth, light like snow and cream, warm like the rays of the sun. Fry bread is flavor. See beans or soup, smell tacos, cheese, and vegetables, delight in honey and jam, rise to discover what brings us together. Fry bread is time. On weekends and holidays, supper or dinner, powwows and festivals, moments together with family and friends. Fry bread is art, sculpture, landscape, and portrait, our daily craft, shared from teacher to student, a cycle of heritage and fortune. Fry bread is history, the long walk, the stolen land, strangers in our own world with unknown food. We made new recipes from what we had. There's a recipe in the middle. I can't remember if I skipped that page. I think I did. Fry bread is place: Alaska, Kansas, all the way to Maine, down to Delaware, onto Georgia, over to Oklahoma, Colorado, and California. Cities and land we call home. Skipping the recipe. Flour bread is everything: round, flat, large, small, north, south, west, east, brown, yellow, black, white, familiar and foreign, old and new, we come together. Fry bread is us. We are still here, elder and young, friend and neighbor. We strengthen each other to learn, change, and survive. Fry bread is you. The end.
Now is the time in our service to join together in the spiritual practice of generosity. Our gifts of both time and money support our church in its work. Each week we'd like to spotlight a group or committee and thank them for their gift of time. This week the group is the Garden Group. It says, pardon me?
You're really close to the flame with your paper.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. This week, the group is the Garden Group, and according to this, under activities, the Garden Group weeds, trims, and they are very, very tidy people. People interested in finding out more can contact Lynn Cronice. 1/4 of our plate collection for the summer season goes to Camp Unirondack. Founded in 1951 by the Universalists, Unirondack is a radically inclusive camp and conference center with a mission to provide an environment that inspires people to explore responsible roles in the web of life through physical, mental, and spiritual challenges. You can give to this morning's offering by placing a cash or a check in the basket or by one of the options on your screen. Please make a note that your gift is intended for today's offering We now gratefully accept the offering. For the joys and sorrows, I have a joy here for sunlight on the morning dew and cool, fresh air to breathe. Bob and Nancy give thanks for son Doug being here for this week. And Lynn had fun swing dancing last night. I will now drop a stone for these and all the joys and sorrows left in the silence of our hearts. Whatever is in your heart today, we are with you.
We're not sending the children, so I guess it's me now. They're staying with us. Love is the doctrine of this church. To dwell together in peace. To serve humanity in fellowship. With the source of meaning in life. Now we're going to come together for some moments of silence, despite the little people in the back. Mine especially will probably make noise during this part. And I'm going to bring us together with a poem by a poet I love called Anis Moshgani, and it's called Closer. Come closer. Come into this. Come closer. You are quite the beauty. If no one has ever told you this before, know that right now. You are quite the beauty. There is joy in how your mouth dances with your teeth. Your mouth is a sign of how sacred your life truly is, so come into it. Come closer. Know that whatever God prays to, He asked it to help him make something of worth. He woke from his dreams, scraped the soil from the spaces inside himself, made you, and was happy. You make the Lord happy. Come into this. Come closer. We made it as far as we could. This is a essay, a piece written by Reverend Elizabeth Wynn called Show Up Hungry. So I got a food theme going on here. I got off work at 7 p.m. and did the thing where you chase the bus a little bit, but then you realize you won't make it and you walk sheepishly back to the bus stop. I'm already an hour late to Sunday night singing at the Lucy Stone Cooperative, a UU affordable housing co-op in Boston. I'm still ambivalent. I could go home to Netflix and grilled cheese. I could choose predictability and warm carbs. Or I could get on the bus to this community where I was first a member of the planning team and now a board member. This place where, despite my leadership role, I still find myself questioning whether and how I belong. I give myself a little pep talk, reminding myself that I'm allowed to show up late and hungry and in need of a song. Reminding myself that being in community means offering care and being cared for, bringing my shiny self and my not so shiny self. When I arrive, there's a teapot of hot water and a plate of fat dates on the table. A friend presses a bowl into my hands, and there's broccoli soup. We sing Amazing Grace. The wonders of accepting love have made me whole and real. Community is covenant. It's the promise of a bowl of soup and a song at the end of the day. It's love in the form of a house on Moreland Street that has said that it doesn't matter that I don't live there, that I too am welcome on Sunday nights. Laid bare, it is the succor and accountability of doing the thing together that we cannot do alone. I've not always been my best self in the communities I've loved. I've shirked dish duty at Lucy Stone and missed weddings in my hometown. I've dropped out when I was needed and showed up full of pettiness and exhaustion. The wonder of accepting love is only made evident when we're allowed to shed the shiny and let sourness show. Our communities of spirit are only real because we show up late expecting to be fed, because we both give and get, because we bring our tart and our sweet, our gifts and our struggles. We need lemon in the lentils, rice vinegar in the sushi, a squeeze of lime in the chelada, and some acid in our communities. With no acid, we are one note, monotone. Our vulnerabilities, our bits of brokenness, bring life to our relationships. We are part of community when we show up shiny and not so shiny. When we ladle soup into each other's bowls and eat it eagerly. When we bring our sour and our sweet. When we shed the shiny and show up hungry.
Okay, folks, closing hymn is number 407. We're going to sit at the welcome table. Play this a little bit slower so we can get into it and swing it.
Please join me in our words for extinguishing the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts till we are together again.